That one perennial in your garden right now could become 10. Shasta daisies, daylilies, sedum, bearded iris, coral bells, black-eyed Susan, peonies, hardy geranium, catmint, and hostas. Every single one can be split into brand new plants for free. No nursery trip, no extra spending, just a spade and 10 minutes per plant. Stick around, because by the end of this list you'll know exactly how to turn your existing garden into an unlimited supply of new ones. Plant 1. Shasta daisy. Shasta daisies grow in tight clumping rosettes, and within 2 to 3 years the center of the plant becomes congested and stops flowering as well, which is exactly your cue to divide. The ideal windows are early spring, just as new growth appears, or right after the first flush of summer blooms fades. Dig up the entire clump with a spade, keeping as much root intact as possible, then separate it into sections by hand or with a sharp knife, making sure each division has a cluster of leaves and a solid chunk of roots attached. Look closely at the center of the original plant. If it's woody, hollow, or bare, cut that portion away entirely and keep only the vigorous outer growth, since those sections root and rebloom the fastest. A common mistake is dividing sections too small in an attempt to get more plants. Aim for divisions about the size of your fist, since anything smaller struggles to establish before winter. Replant each division at its original soil depth, spacing them 12 to 18 inches apart to give them room to bulk up, and avoid planting them any deeper than they were growing before, which can cause crown rot. Water thoroughly at planting and keep the soil evenly moist for the first 2 weeks, tapering off once you see fresh growth. Shasta daisies also benefit from a light layer of mulch after dividing, which helps retain moisture and suppress competing weeds while the roots are still shallow. Most divisions bounce back remarkably fast, often pushing fresh white, gold-centered blooms within just a few weeks, and a single clump can realistically become 4 to 6 new, full-sized plants that will themselves be ready to divide again in 2 to 3 years. Plant 2. Daylily. Daylilies are one of the most forgiving and productive perennials to divide, and a single mature clump can yield anywhere from 4 to 10 new fans in just a few years of growth. The best time to divide is early spring before the flower scapes emerge, or in late summer once blooming has wrapped up, giving the new roots time to settle in before winter arrives. Dig up the entire root clump. Then either insert 2 garden forks back-to-back into the center and pry them apart, or simply pull the fans apart by hand. Daylily roots separate far more easily than most gardeners expect, especially compared to woodier perennials. Each division needs at least 1 fan of leaves along with a healthy cluster of tuberous roots attached. A fan with 3 to 5 roots and a visible growth point will establish fastest. Trim the foliage back by about 1/3 before replanting. This reduces water loss and wind stress while the roots re-establish, and it also makes the fans much easier to handle and space out. Replant each fan at its original depth, spacing new plants 12 to 18 inches apart to allow for their expanding root mass over the next few seasons, and water deeply right after planting. If you're dividing an especially large, congested clump, don't hesitate to break it into a dozen or more small fans. Daylilies are nearly impossible to overdivide. Don't be surprised if a few of your new divisions even throw a bloom or 2 in their very first season. Daylilies are that resilient, and unlike peonies or iris, they rarely sulk after transplanting. Plant 3. Sedum. Sedum might be the easiest plant on this entire list to multiply, because it offers you 2 propagation methods at once: division and stem cuttings. For division, dig up the whole root mass in spring or fall and pull or cut it into sections, each with several shoots and a healthy portion of roots, then replant immediately at the same depth it was growing before. Sedum's fleshy roots are tough and forgiving, so don't worry too much about precision here. Even rough divisions typically survive. But sedum's real trick is how easily it roots from cuttings. Snap off 4 to 6 inch stem sections. Strip the lower leaves so the bottom 2 inches are bare, and either plant them directly into moist soil or let the cut ends callus for a day first, which helps prevent rot in humid climates. Sedum roots so reliably this way that most gardeners skip rooting hormone entirely, and you can even take multiple cuttings from a single stem if it's long enough. New cuttings typically show fresh growth within 2 to 3 weeks, and you'll know they've rooted successfully when you feel gentle resistance if you tug lightly on the stem. Keep new plantings lightly watered but not soggy, since sedum is a doctor. Ought-tolerant succulent that's far more likely to rot from overwatering than to suffer from neglect. On the side of underwatering rather than over. Between division and cuttings, a single mature clump can realistically become 6 or more new plants in one afternoon, making sedum one of the fastest ways to fill an entire bed for free. Plant 4. Bearded Iris. Bearded iris actually needs regular division to keep blooming well, since overcrowded rhizomes stop flowering after just a few years. So this is as much routine maintenance as it is free propagation. Divide 6 to 8 weeks after flowering ends, typically midsummer to early fall, when the plant is semi-dormant and handles root disturbance best. Dig up the entire rhizome cluster and use a clean, sharp knife to cut it into sections, making sure each division includes at least one healthy fan of leaves and a firm, plump piece of rhizome about the size of your thumb or larger. Discard any pieces that feel soft, hollow, mushy, or show tunneling damage from iris borers, since those won't produce healthy new plants and can spread rot to your whole bed if replanted. It's also worth dipping cut rhizome ends in a dilute bleach solution or letting them air dry for a day before replanting, which helps prevent fungal infection at the cut surface. Trim the leaf fans down to about 6 inches in a fan shape to cut down on water loss and wind stress on the freshly cut rhizome. When replanting, position the rhizome horizontally, sitting at or just barely below the soil surface with the roots spread downward. Burying bearded iris too deep is the single most common reason gardeners struggle to get it to rebloom. Space divisions 12 to 18 inches apart. Point the leaf fan in the direction you want new growth to spread, and water in well. A healthy clump can easily produce 8 or more new plants, and dividing every 3 to 4 years keeps the entire bed blooming vigorously, instead of crowding itself out. Plant 5. Coral bells. Coral bells form dense rosette clumps that benefit from division every 3 to 4 years, both to multiply your plants and to stop the center of the clump from turning woody and unproductive. Spring and early fall are the best windows, when mild temperatures and steadier rainfall help new divisions settle in with less transplant stress. Dig up the entire root ball and gently pull or cut it apart into sections, each with a rosette of leaves and an intact chunk of roots. Coral bells often separate naturally along visible crown lines, making this one of the more intuitive divisions to perform, sometimes requiring nothing more than your fingers. If the center of the original plant looks bare, woody, or sparse, a common issue with coral bells after a few seasons, discard it entirely and use only the vigorous outer sections, which root faster and produce fuller foliage. Pay attention to crown depth when replanting. Coral bells are prone to frost heave in colder climates, where freeze-thaw cycles push the crown up out of the soil, so mulching lightly around new divisions helps anchor them through their first winter. Replant divisions at the same soil depth as before, being careful not to bury the crown itself, then water thoroughly. In warmer climates, giving new divisions some light afternoon shade for the first few weeks helps them establish faster and prevents leaf scorch, since coral bells generally prefer part shade over full sun. A single mature clump typically yields 4 to 6 healthy new plants, and because heucheras come in so many colorful leaf varieties, dividing them is a great way to build out a multi-tone border for free. Plant 6. Black-eyed Susan. Black-eyed Susan spreads through both fibrous root clumps and self-seeding, making it one of the fastest multipliers on this entire list. A single 3-year-old clump can often be split into 4 to 6 new plants in one session. Divide in early spring as new growth emerges, or in early fall once the summer bloom flush has slowed. Dig up the entire root mass and pull it apart by hand or with a spade into sections, each with a good number of shoots and roots attached. This plant is forgiving enough that precision isn't critical, and even rough handling rarely sets it back. Because black-eyed Susan also self-seeds freely, you can supplement your divisions by collecting the dried seed heads in fall and scattering them in bare patches, giving you a second free propagation method alongside division. Replant divisions immediately at their original depth, spacing them roughly 18 inches apart since this is a vigorous grower that fills in quickly and can otherwise crowd out slower neighbors. Water deeply for the first 2 weeks after planting, then taper off, since established black-eyed Susan handles drought well and actually blooms more reliably with slightly lean, well-drained soil. Deadheading spent blooms throughout summer on both parent and divisions will extend. Flowering well into fall. Dividing this plant every few years also keeps the display of golden blooms full and prolific instead of crowded, leggy, and sparse. So you're improving your existing plant while creating new ones at the same time. Plant 7. Peony. Peonies are the slowest grower on this list, but a single mature clump can still be divided into 3 to 5 new plants, each capable of growing into a full, floriferous specimen within a few years. Division should only be done in early fall. Peonies are extremely sensitive to root disturbance at the wrong time of year, and may sulk or skip blooming for a season or two if divided in spring or summer. Dig around the plant generously, at least a foot out from the visible foliage, to avoid slicing through the thick, fleshy roots. Then lift the entire clump and gently wash away the soil with a hose so you can clearly see the eyes, the small pink or reddish buds along the crown. Using a sharp, clean knife, divide the root mass into sections, making sure each one has 3 to 5 eyes along with a substantial portion of root attached. Divisions with fewer than 3 eyes tend to take much longer to reach flowering size. When replanting, position the eyes no more than 2 inches below the soil surface in colder climates, or as little as 1 inch in warmer zones. Planting peonies too deep is the most common reason they fail to bloom for years afterward. Choose the new planting site carefully, since peonies dislike being moved twice and can live for decades once established. Water in well and be patient. Peonies often take a full year or 2 to re-establish before flowering strongly again, so don't judge success by the first season alone. Plant 8. Hardy geranium. Hardy geranium, also called cranesbill, forms a sprawling mat of shallow roots that divides easily and generously, with a single mature clump often producing 5 or more new plants in one go. Spring or early fall both work well, and this plant tolerates the process with very little fuss, making it a great starter division for beginner gardeners. Dig up the root mass and pull or cut it into sections, each retaining a portion of the fibrous root system and at least one visible growing point. The roots are relatively soft and shallow, making this one of the physically easiest divisions to perform by hand, often without needing a knife at all. Replant divisions promptly at the same depth they were growing before, spacing them 12 to 15 inches apart to accommodate their spreading, mounding habit, which can reach 2 feet wide within a couple of seasons. Water consistently for the first few weeks while roots establish, then reduce watering, as most hardy geranium varieties tolerate short dry spells once settled in. It also helps to cut back the foliage on both the parent plant and the new divisions by about half at planting time, which encourages fresh, compact regrowth rather than sprawling, leggy stems, and often triggers a second flush of blooms later in the season. Hardy geranium also roots readily from stem cuttings taken in early summer if you want an even faster method than digging up the whole clump. Plant 9. Catmint. Catmint develops a woody base over time, and dividing it every 2 to 3 years does double duty. It multiplies your plants and rejuvenates the parent, preventing the sprawling, floppy growth that older, undivided catmint is prone to. The best time to divide is early spring, just as new growth begins to appear from the base. Dig up the entire clump and use a spade or knife to cut it into sections, each including healthy roots and several fresh shoots, while avoiding the oldest, woodiest portions near the original center of the plant, which rarely regenerate well once separated. Replant divisions immediately at the same soil depth, spacing them 18 to 24 inches apart, since catmint spreads generously once it's established and can otherwise smother nearby plants. Water well right after planting, then reduce watering, as catmint is highly drought-tolerant and actually performs best in lean, well-drained soil rather than rich, damp conditions that can cause root rot. A hard shearing back by about a third right after the first bloom flush, on both parent and divisions, will often trigger a second round of the signature lavender blue blooms later in the season. Within a single growing season, new divisions typically bulk up enough to produce a full haze of flowers, and catmint's strong scent makes it a useful deterrent for pests elsewhere in the garden, adding extra value beyond just the free plants. Plant 10. Hosta. Hostas are one of the most rewarding and reliable perennials to divide, and a single mature clump can yield anywhere from 3 to 8 new plants in one session. The ideal time to divide is early spring, just as the pointed shoots known as hosta noses begin emerging from the soil, though early fall is also a solid window in most climates, provided you allow several weeks before the first hard frost. Dig a wide circle around the entire clump and lift the whole root ball out intact. Then rinse or gently shake off excess soil so you can clearly see the natural separations between individual crowns. Using a sharp spade, a soil knife, or even your hands for smaller sections, separate the clump into divisions, making sure each one has at least one healthy shoot and a good portion of roots attached. For larger hostas, don't be afraid to divide into many small sections, since even a single eye with roots will grow into a full plant within a couple of seasons. Replant divisions immediately at the same depth they were growing before, water thoroughly, and keep the soil consistently moist for the first few weeks while new roots take hold, since hostas are especially prone to wilting if allowed to dry out right after transplanting. Watch for slug and snail damage on new divisions, which are more vulnerable while establishing. A ring of coarse mulch or diatomaceous earth around the base can help protect tender new leaves. Hostas are remarkably forgiving through this whole process, and most divisions look fully recovered and are pushing new leaves within a single growing season. 10 free plants from 10 you already own. That's the power of division. Shasta daisies, daylilies, sedum, bearded iris, coral bells, black-eyed Susan, peonies, hardy geranium, catmint, and hostas are all sitting in your garden right now, ready to multiply. Grab your spade this weekend and skip the nursery entirely. If this helped, hit subscribe for more free ways to grow your garden bigger.